How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on this fine specimen behind me, this Ford Explorer 2007. She's full-wheel drive. She's a pretty good rig. She needed some work, and so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be working on her. She needed some work in the back end, some framework, and she needed arms. I don't know, whatever the bushings are called. They connect to the knuckle, the upper and lower arms there. I already done one side, and I had to repair the frame back there. I'll show you that if I can get it in around the tire. Today we're going to be working on the passenger side. Try to get this old girl completed. She's been on blocks for too long, so it's time to get her back ground level. So walking around the rig here, she hasn't got the lock for the hood. Doesn't work. The first lock does, the second lock doesn't work, so I need to get, I know what it is. If that'll focus, you can see that spring down in there. It's completely stretched out. So that doesn't work. That's why that's not locking. Or that's why it's not holding when it locks. She's fairly clean for a Nova Scotia rig. Not too bad. She runs really good. She got some ABS troubles. I got both, if you can see that, I got both ABS unplugged on either side. She was throwing a code. Where's the other one? Right there. She was throwing a code for ABS, wheel bearing, and/or sensor. And she would not drive like maybe 5 kilometers, and she'd completely just go in limp mode. So I unplugged the ABS just to drive this old girl home. She needs rocker panels. That'll be another video. We got to repair them. Got to repair that. The other side's even worse. There's the tailpipe I got to put back on. That'll be a separate video. Over here is where I had to patch her. If I can get under here and show you guys. I don't know if I can. I got a picture of it. So I might throw the picture up. Where's the frame? Maybe you can see that bracket there holding on that lower arm that goes to the knuckle. I had to weld that back on. She was completely separated from the frame. But now she saw it, welded back together. I cut these side steps right off. The other owner already cut this one right in half when the rocker let go back here. So instead of taking it off and salvaging it, he just cut her off with a recip saw. Up front, not too bad. It's up and down in the back. Completely rotted back here. This here fender's completely rotten. So, but that's easy enough. We can fix that. Bottom of the doors are in phenomenal condition, which surprises the hell out of me. You can tell I've cheated just a wee little bit. I got the spray foam inside the, well, that's part of the fender there, the body. I sprayed her full spray foam. It's gonna be fine. So let's get rid of that right now. And just like that, it's beautiful. So later on, I'll put some rock guard onto that. So that'll look pretty good. That'll pass inspection. Not worried about it. This has got a truck frame. It's not unibody. This has nothing to do with the structure of the vehicle. So I'm not worried. These are the arms I'm talking about. This is the upper one. As you can see, the bushing is completely shot. And this one's not too bad. I'm not changing this one. I'm going to let it go. I've already got these bolts loose. And the lock nut had broke off. This completely seized up solid. I can't get it to turn no more at all. The bushing inside is holding on to it. I've used a bar. Geez, must have been a 3.5 foot bar. And it still wouldn't come. So I've taken the torch and I tried to melt it out as much as I could. And it helped a little bit, but it got seized right up against solid. This is the only one I could get out. That's today's project. I installed the new arms, so let's get after it. So, we should probably make a plan first. I think, I hate planning. Nothing ever goes to plan, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I think if I was going to be real smart about this, I probably shouldn't cut off both sides of that bolt, because then it's going to be awfully hard to punch that bolt out through one way or the other, because there's nowhere to put a punch, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking the best plan of action would be to take the old King Canada here, and I'm surprised that thing still works. I've had that like 9 years. King Canada, supposedly garbage. Anyway, she still works. I shouldn't have said that. Shit. Anyway, I think what we're gonna do is cut the nuts off, so then I can get something onto the bolt and hopefully thread it out of that bushing that's holding it. Maybe make some threads in that bushing, rubber bushing. I really hope so. That's the plan anyway. And if we get... The problem is I don't have a torch, so I can't melt these out. So if I go ahead and do this and I can't get it, now I have to have this thing trailered to the shop to get these bolts out, which is going to really suck. But anyway, I don't know. I'm going to try it. Let's get after it. Let's see if we can knock these out. We got power. All right, let's try it anyway. Don't forget your safety squints. My luck, the blade dull as hell. Alright, so I had to run to the store and get some new blades. As you can see, that one is, well, she's been well used. Quite dull right there. So, you won't believe how much I paid for these stupid things. Well, you might. $10 a blade. There's 5 in the package. $10 a freaking blade. And there was a package of 1. It was a diamond blade. It was $50 for 1 blade. I said, I didn't feel comfortable paying that much for 1 blade, so I went with the DeWalt. There was some cheaper options there, but I mean, you know what it is when you buy cheap stuff. You buy cheap gear, and probably ain't no good. So let's get this blade swapped out here. No good. Put in the new one. I bought these DeWalt. Well, actually, this one was a DeWalt blade. You can tell because of the way that it is, the color that it is. Honestly, I don't find these to be that great, but can we do it? Okay, so different plan. Plans have changed. See what I said at the beginning of the video? You make a plan, and maybe you don't follow that plan. Maybe that plan didn't work. It didn't work. These blades are not going to cut through this. Well, I mean, they will, but you can already see. Look at the end of that compared to the back end. And I can't get the rest of this blade in there. There's not enough room. It's already worn out. And I'll show you. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see how much I've cut. Not very much. Maybe 1/8 of an inch. So I'd go through all my blades just doing that for sure. So the plan now, you can see the bolt spins freely. So it's not the bushing that's holding it. It's the nut itself. So if I get enough heat onto that, if I can get that nut off, we can at least get that one. And that would be something. So let's try that. Like I said, I've only got a little torch. It's not much, but they do help. They help quite a lot. I should have got my socket ready. Amazon socket kit, 1/2 inch impact sockets. They were cheap, but let me tell you, they're definitely pretty damn tough. I've used them with my 1/2 inch electric impact gun. I know it's only electric, but it still has a lot of torque, and they stand up. They take the pain, man. I'm happy with them. It was only like a $30 kit. I'm real happy with it. The brand name is Queso Man. Queso Man. So that should be a 24. It is. I cannot for the life of me find my 1/2 inch breaker bar. I cannot find it. I don't know where it is. Last I used it was on the truck. Can't find it. So I'm gonna have to use the 1/2 inch ratchet, and hopefully that'll take the pain. If not, I got problems. Oh, there's the socket I lost. So I'm gonna heat this up as much as I can. I can see it's already starting to. No, it's not. It's not turning red. It's not nothing. Oh, fella really needs a bigger torch and a plasma cutter. That would be phenomenal with the amount of metal I got. Then I wouldn't need my safety squints all the time. All right, let's try that. Let's see if I can. That's on Titan. She's a little smoky. She is turning. We might actually get it. Oh yeah. Friggin' A, man. I'd say we got her. I can't really hold it with my fingers yet. She's coming though. There it comes. That torch sent heat all the way through that bolt to the head of it. So if you guys are sleeping on the hand torch, you shouldn't. It ain't gonna melt nothing off, but I'm telling you, if you deal with rust like I do, like look at that nut. That's completely rusted. If you deal with rust like I do, these are your best friend. Something else I don't have is a big pry bar. But I do have vice grips and a hammer. So, let's see if we can make this work here. Get your vice grips on there. Take your hammer. And the bolt out. Come on. Okay, so might have to. Let me grab my impact gun. Let's see if the Ooga Doogas will bring her. Knuckle on there. There's no room to get straight on, so hopefully we can make this work. Gonna lose a lot of power this way, but a lot of torque, I should say. Oh my God. Well, that didn't work very well. It spun freely. I think if, I got an idea. Let's get the vice grips in behind the head, which I should have done from the beginning. Doesn't need to be all that tight. Yeah. Right on. I have 3 new ones, so it really don't matter. I'll probably end up using them anyway. I don't know if I can return them. These were like, for 3 of these I spent like $50. They're grade 8 Standard, I forget what size they were, but anyway, yeah, $50, man. What does this world come to? So there's the top one. I think what we're gonna do, hot. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna change one at a time. If we can get one, I'll be happy. The bottom one, I mean, it's better than that one. So if we can't get it, and if it passes, well, then I'll just sell the new one with the rig, and they can change it when it goes. Isn't that right? And they can have a shop do it. So let's get the new part. Here's the new arm. I don't know where these come from. The buddy I bought the rig from, he'd already had them, so I didn't have to go out and look for these or anything. I didn't have to buy them. I got this thing fairly cheap. So, to put on parts that came with the rig, love it. To do a little framework, a little body work, not a big deal. Now this old girl, she's not worth a ton of money, but I'm still going to make something at the end of the day. Let's install this. Should be able to, see, I ain't got no bar. My bar's gone. Just tap that down and out. Just like that. The old one's out. Nothing wrong with the arm. Just the bushings. See? I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. The bushings are completely rotten. So, that's why they're getting changed. You can see the difference. Now, I don't think I want to put this bolt back on. Ow! That is hot, man. It's still hot. Because of the way the nut is completely screwed. Since the nut is as bad as it is, I'm gonna replace it with the new bolts. That's what I bought them for anyway. I don't need the washer. I don't know why I got the washer, but I got it anyway. So let's do, I don't know. Let's do the one in back first. See if we can get that tapped into place.
Looks like the knuckle has to go push back some. There we go. There, the bolt's in place. These bolts are a tad bit longer as well. I'm not concerned. I knew I had the room. I bought the bolts just in case I had to cut them or if anything got damaged. Now these are going to work just fine. So that one's in place. Now I won't use, here's the old one that came out of the top. I'll reuse that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, for Nova Scotia, that's perfectly fine. So let's see if we can get this knuckle forced back in place. Looks like she's going to go for us. Just got to finesse it. Just got to finesse it a little bit. That'll be the hard part, trying to get it twisted into place, especially without a little bar. Okay, how am I going to do this?
Pretty sure I found the problem. I think we're gonna have to put this bottom one in first. I think it's the play here. And once I get that, I can force in that top one. And it'll be a lot easier that way, I believe. We'll find out anyway. Let's see if we can finesse this one into place. So you gotta go a little further and up. Maybe I need my bigger hammer. Where's the big hammer? I didn't bring it with me. God dang it.
I think I might have it. Ah, shit. Okay. I don't have it. I don't have it yet. Just gotta go a little bit further. But I think we're on something. We're gonna hold that in place. If it even moved at all. It did. Okay, so we get that in. Now we're gonna face with the same problem. I wonder if I can utilize this somehow. Ooh, that's toasty.
Okay, so I'm just using the old arm, putting it up through underneath the new arm, and I'm just tapping it on that edge, and I am getting my bolt through that way. All right, so that should go now. Let's just hopefully it don't fly out on me. Hopefully I can get this on here. And there we go. I don't know if you guys can see that yet, but she's threading in all around. So this might take a second. And there you have it. Sometimes you don't need all the fancy tools as long as you're resourceful. And that's something I try to be to conserve money. Okay, so now let's find the nut that I almost lost. Put that on backwards. Now, unfortunately, this is where it gets real sketchy. I don't believe I have a open wrench that big. I might. I should go take a look. Alright, I got my box of goodies here. All kinds of crescent wrenches, open face wrenches. I got a, what is this called? A regulator? No. Yeah. Voltage regulator. For a Suzuki 500 Vincent, and that's still good. I was diagnosing, and actually no, the previous owner diagnosed that. He changed it, didn't solve the problem, and he didn't tell me there was a problem when he sold it to me, and blah blah blah. I had to figure out the problem. So anyway, let's see. Hopefully we got something in this box. Is that a 3/4? Nope, bigger than that. What do we got here? 13/16. Bigger than that. Okay. What do we got here? 1 inch. That's too big. Barely too big. Okay. What's that? 13/16. Pretty sure we tried that. Starting to look like I don't have one. 1 inch. 15/16. And there it is, 15/16. Unfortunately, it's not I don't have a closed end on that. That's a open ender. So that kind of sucks, but hopefully we can tighten this down anyway.
Try to give her all the torque.
We'll give her the precise torque spec. You know what I mean? I wonder if I need that anymore. Yes, I do. That's unfortunate. Because now I need 2 hands. I found this dinky little square tubing. It's not much, but hopefully it'll give me just what I need to give it that extra little oomph. So we're going down with her. I'm only getting one click though. Alright, so let's tighten down this. Let's tighten down this front one. This is another set of sockets I got, impact sockets. These ones are Mastercraft. I got them on I get them on trade. I got the gun on trade too, actually. So that was a really good trade. I'm happy to have it. This thing has saved my ass so many times. I wish I could use it more. Sometimes you just can't use it. So we'll put that over here, put the gun over here, and just send her. You know, proper torque specs, of course. Two spec. Let's just see how tight that actually went. She definitely went tight. Just for the fun of it, let's see how tight that actually is. This is another Amazon unit. I've used this on, well, I took the other knuckle off on the other side. This axle nut goes to 180 foot-pounds. So, I used this and brought her down to 180 foot-pounds. On Amazon, it was like 30 or 40 bucks, maybe a little bit more, but not much. I'm actually surprised it takes the pain, but anyway, let's try 140. If it's 140, I'm happy with that. I don't know the actual spec for it, but I mean 140 foot-pounds, that's pretty good. It's not 140. Okay, so we'll just get this over here and we'll torque this thing down to 140 pounds. Wait, what's going on here? Why is this on loosen? Who switched that behind my back? It wasn't far off, I'll tell you. Give her a little extra. That's probably 150, 160 now. 100, I don't know, 45. What did I put it at? Probably 145 now. That's beautiful. I'll take that. Just for the fun of it again, let's check the top one. I'm curious to see how tight that actually went, so if I had that going the right way, that would be good. Oh, it's beyond 140. Perfect. I'll take that. Before we slap the tire on this thing, we got our patch here with styrofoam. Let's rock guard that before we get the tire in the way. And yeah, so this stuff is premium rubberized rocker guard, rust check. Ideal for rocker panels and maximum protection and paintable and all kinds of. Wow. It just blew back in my face. I love that. Now that that is done, let's rebuild her a little bit here. A little bit of rust up underneath. Let's give her a spray and it'll be brand new. Well, there, she's rebuilt. Now it's time to slap the tire on this old girl and call it done. I was checking out the lower arm, and the bushings aren't no worse than this one here in the knuckle itself. I already had this rig in for pre-inspection. And he said that this bushing was fine. He said the main problem was the frame on the other side. Now, since I already had these bars, or whatever they're called, arms, upper and lower arms, I'm not sure what they're exactly called. But since they came with the rig, I said I may as well slap them on. But since I don't need the lower one for inspection, somebody could drive this for like 5 or 6 or 8 years before they have to change that. So I'm not going to worry about it. Let's get this tire on and call it a day. The jack fell. And you can tell, I don't know if you can see that, But she may be a little on an angle, you know, just slightly that way, I believe. Just a little bit. So we're gonna have to deal with that. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Hopefully she don't fall down on me. Hopefully she stays on her blocks. That's what I really need her to do. And she is. That's good. Come on, old girl, don't follow me now. She might sink into the ground a little bit, but I'm not worried about that. I just got to get her off the ground a little bit further than what she is. Okay, don't be too sketchy now. We're getting there. That should do it. Got a lug nuts right here. Whew. Get these on before she falls. Now these lugs are a very specific size. Size unknown. Can't read it. I think it's a 7/8. So that would be, what, a 21? One. Well, I don't know if you've seen that, but the thread stripped on my hub. So that's fantastic. So I'm not sure if I can get 2 studs for this particular unit of a wheel bearing in the rear. I'm going to have to look into that. Hopefully I don't have to change the whole bearing, because that would suck. I already need one in the front. That's not a big deal. Well, I shouldn't say that. This is Nova Scotia, and you'll see that's going to be really fun to try and change that out with a ball hammer. Yeah, it's going to be fun. That's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys made it this far in the video, comment down below. Spray foam for the win. I hope to see you guys next time. Have a great day. Peace.